Hey everybody, I'm going to do another update on chapter 2 or part 2 of my new book, The Dark Pool. This is actually the cover to issue 1. Just thought I'd throw it up there just to remind people of it. I'm still actually thinking about what cover I'm going to do for issue 2, because for the Bog Road, which was the series before this, and for this story, the covers are kind of quite similar in a certain way and a certain style, and I'm kind of thinking, should I stick with this throughout all 4 parts of this story, or should I kind of mix it up and do something different, like put the characters on there, because I suppose the series is about the land and nature, and I suppose I'm trying to get that into the covers, like focus more on that rather than I suppose focus on the terrain rather than the characters inside the story, because it all kind of hinges on that, around that. So I kind of want the covers to be the center of attention for that, but I'll have a think about it. Might be better if I mix it up and throw in some characters there, but I'll decide when I have all the pages done, to be honest. Anyway, I've done 4 more pages. This is another scene in the story. It's obviously the second scene of issue 2, and it's, I suppose, overall I was pretty happy with these pages. I learned a few things. Some stuff I'm not too happy with, and then other stuff I'm pretty happy with. I always look at my pages, and I always feel they look better when there's colour on them. I'd love to be one of these artists that can do black and white pages that just look incredible as black and white. It's something I kind of strive for, and that hopefully one day I can get there. But like, this is the first page here, and really in this scene it's bringing us back to the, I suppose, the supernatural characters, the spirits of nature, and 2 of the characters are on their way to Dublin now. And what I always wanted in the story was that the spirits of nature, they couldn't really get around too easily without the help of other animals, or to use kind of the natural world to get around. And for this, like right from the start, what I planned was I wanted the characters to be called to Dublin for I suppose an emergency, and the best way they could get there was through the canal system. There's a canal going from Laois, and it does go into Kildare, and it goes over the River Liffey. So I thought this was an important scene in the story, where it's like a viaduct canal that goes over the Liffey, and it's here. So the 2 characters have come from Laois into Kildare, and this is how they're actually reaching the River Liffey and get across it. Now on this page, I suppose I've started with a large image of this viaduct, and this is the River Liffey flowing underneath it. Then obviously in canals you have these canal gates, and there's a character here. This is another spirit of nature, and I suppose the idea I was thinking of was a character, I suppose, as new natural kind of phenomenon appear, it creates new spirits for that natural phenomenon. And I suppose a canal is something man-made, but it is like you're basically rerouting water. You're sending large bodies of water to different places. So like, this character here is actually a younger character than some of the more ancient ones, because it only turned up when the canal appeared. And really, like, this character is not a big character in the story. It's really just to tie into the whole world and the lore, and how canals and stuff like that would work in this world. And this character manages these canals for the spirits to get around and to let them pass and stuff like that. So it's really, the first page is to establish this. Like, I got reference for this viaduct, and yeah, pretty happy with the page. Literally a high up kind of establishing shot, then a shot of one of these canal bridges, zoom in a bit on this character, and then right in close, and the character actually has this key around its neck, and it's kind of just a symbol of a key that will open these canals, kind of a magic key or something like that. The second page, when I done this in pencils, I thought it wouldn't turn out too well, because I don't know why, I just looked at the pencils, but I had the most fun on this page, and you know, I was really happy with the way it turned out. It's kind of, I suppose the first 3 panels are fairly zoomed in. Like this one is the canal gate opening. You can see the water is slowly starting to come out. Then as it gets wider, the water gushes out, and then kind of like a zoom in on the water itself, you've got the 2 characters here, Barrow and Meisterspore, gushing through. Like, and I suppose in the last issue we learned that Barrow was going to take Meisterspore to Dublin because he's needed to, I suppose, investigate this issue. And then the 4th panel is the 2 of them, I suppose, almost using Barrow's ability to manipulate water to, I suppose, at this point they're getting fired up out of the water, but you'll see in issue 2 it's just to get them onto the edge of the viaduct. But yeah, like I was really happy with this page. Like I just kind of liked a lot of the mark making, and especially like that panel there. Like I kind of really got in there with with the brush pen, just making a lot of marks and putting a bit of splatter and stuff in there. Like, so yeah, it was really nice. And even this here turned out really well. I was trying to pull back on, I suppose I'm trying to get around the smaller things get in a shot. You don't have to put in as much detail. So there's a suggestion of 2 characters here, but there's not too much detail in there. Like and I was quite happy with how that worked out. Even like I think in the previous issue I wouldn't have put as many marks here using the fine liner and stuff like that. Like, but I was just, yeah, I suppose I'm just trying to experiment and play around with it, and even see this here, like all this moss and stuff like that. Like that was kind of, that worked really well with the brush pen, because I suppose it's not important to the shot, it's just a gesture of what's there, and the brush pen kind of works quite well in that type of stuff. Like the next page, so the 2 characters land up on the side of the bank here of the canal. You know, you have a suggestion of the character from the previous or from the first page, you know, standing on the gate, the canal gate. Like, and this is really like a page where, you know, they're talking, interacting. You've got a close-up here of this character. I suppose I don't really want to give away their names yet and stuff. I just want to leave some reveals for the story when people pick it up. Like, but yeah, I really like this character. She's kind of like yeah, just a haggard kind of. She's got this really long hair with lots of I suppose you know, just the type of foliage that you would see around canals. It's like that's kind of made matted into her hair, and like all the spirits, you know, she has that third eye there, and the more the eye is open, the more, I suppose, in tune with nature that the characters are. Like, and this character's like, I suppose, main eyes are fully shut and the third eye is fully open. Like, so it's a character that's very entrenched in nature. Like, and then yeah, I just thought here I needed to pull out a bit on this shot, because I suppose I'd been quite close on this whole page, then I was pretty close in on these characters, so I just said, right, let's create a bit of space here and pull back just to show them standing on the bridge, or on the viaduct, and to see a bit of the Liffey here below. Like, and yeah, literally the final page, there's a bit of conversation. This is actually a flashback panel. Like, I'm going to get the colorist to use a different treatment here. So like the character is talking and referring back to something that has happened, and yeah, just an exchange. And then you see Barrow and Meisterspore, the water is kind of coming up again. Like, I kind of like that little panel there. It's pretty cool. I think overall this panel was probably the one I didn't enjoy doing the most. Yeah, I don't know, I'm not sure, I just wasn't kind of feeling the vibe as much of it. Like with a week or two since I've done it, I look at it now and I'm kind of like, yeah, it's not that bad. Then you have the final panel with the 2 characters then, you know, I suppose returning back into that water form and becoming part of the Liffey. So yeah, now they have a free road to get in right into Dublin, which is was one of the main things I wanted to put into this story, was just how they were actually going to get there, and just to try and build up the world a bit more. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's those 4 pages. I have 8 pages done in the story. I have 4 more fully pencil pages there that I'm going to work on today and tomorrow, and I'm going to get these 4 pages off to the colorist, George, and yeah, he's going to start on those. So when these all get colored, I'll probably do another video and just show what they look like, and I'll give my own thoughts. And like yeah, I love getting pages from George. Like he's doing some really nice stuff with this. I think what I might do, the last issue 1 of the Dark Pool, I felt maybe the printing was a little dark, so I don't know if that's something I need to get the colorist to change or the printer, but yeah, anything George gives me like on a computer screen looks amazing, so I'll have to talk to the printer as well and get his opinion on it. But yeah, so that's it for now. I'll leave it at that, and thanks for watching. And yeah, you know, if you like this video, give it a like or subscribe to the channel, tell your friends, share it around social media. Cheers, thanks.